All right, so what we've got here today are conversions and prefixes. So basically, this whole initial section is going to be about changing things from our meter, second, liter, gram to one of these various prefixed items, or the opposite, changing them back to the meter. Okay, so basically the beginning is understanding all the different abbreviations and prefixes, okay? So we're going to start off here at our unit, and then we'll move up, and then we'll move down from there, okay? So like, for instance, a meter. 1 meter is 10 to the 0. 10 to the 0 is just 1, so 1 meter. Then if we want to measure lots of meters, we go up to kilo, okay? And that is 10 to the 3. Another way of looking at 10 to the 3 is 1,000 meters. We represent that with the letter K. You've no doubt seen this many a time with kilograms, kilometers, those sorts of things. Okay, so you've seen that lowercase k, no doubt. Next, we have mega. Mega means a little bit more, so 10 to the 6, so 1 million, all right, of a certain thing. So a mega meter would be 10 to the 6 meters. Alrighty, that is represented by a capital letter M. You've probably seen that with like megabytes or something like that. It used to be megabytes of RAM. Now it's gigabytes of RAM. Goodness me, the times they are changing. So next, we go up to giga. Giga is 10 to the 9. Another way of looking at 10 to the 9 is 1 billion of a certain thing. So a gigameter would be 1 billion meters. All right, Bill Gates is worth several giga dollars, if you want to look at it like that. Giga is represented by a capital letter G. There are many more that go further and further up, but in our class we don't really use those, so we're going to stop at giga. All right. Now, we're going to start getting smaller. There are some in between that we're not going to talk about. These are the ones we care about, okay? There is centi below a meter, and as you know, a centimeter is just a little bit smaller than a meter, right? It's 100th of a meter, so 0.01 of a meter. So 1 centimeter is 10 to the negative 2 meters. All right, next we go down to millimeter. 1 millimeter is 10 to the negative 3 meters. Another way of looking at that is 1,000th, 0.001 meters. Okay, after that we go down to micro. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Micrometer, a micrometer, also called a micron or a micrometer, is 1 millionth of a meter, getting pretty small here, getting to the size of a human hair, sort of a length there, is 10 to the negative 6. You can rewrite that as 0.000001. And then you got nanometer, which is a tiny, 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 itty bitty thing. Sizes of atoms, a little bit smaller than the size of an atom. Wait, no, bigger than the size of an atom, sorry. And what that is that's 10 to the negative 9. So 9 little tiny decimals here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros, and then your 1. So 0.000000001 meters. So it takes 1 billion nanometers to make a full meter. It takes 1 million micrometers to make a full meter. It takes 1,000 millimeters to make a meter and 100 centimeters to make a meter. Now, sometimes this can get a little bit confusing, so what we'll do is we'll do a couple conversions to do practice, as it were. So why don't we change 100 meters into kilometers, okay, kilometers. To do so, what I always do is I write down what my initial unit is, meters. You can abbreviate it, I'm not right here. And what we do is we put that over top of a 1, make it into a fraction. This will make our mathematics here in a moment a little bit easier to do. Now we're going to multiply it by a conversion between meters and kilometers, okay? So what we need to do is we need to put meters on the bottom of this conversion, meters, there it is. And we need to put kilometers on the top of the conversion, kilometers, because that's what we want in the end. If you guys remember back in the day with mathematics, if you had something like this, let's say you had 2x, and then you had something over here like y over x. These x's cancel out, right? That is the same case for these meters. Because there is a meter on the top and a meter on the bottom, these will cancel out once we actually do our mathematics. So now we have to remember how many meters are in a kilometer. Okay, we look over here. There are 10 to the 3 meters in 1 kilometer. So that means 10 to the 3, 1,000. 1,000 meters for every 1 kilometer. Okay, at this point, set the equals 100 meters over 1,000. Ah, gosh, it's way too many zeros. Meters. Times, and then it looks like we multiply across the top, right? And multiply across the bottom. So meters and then kilometers right there. Kilometers. And then we cancel out our meters. Now we've got 100 over 1,000 kilometers. If you guys can do your math there, that is 1/10. So 0.1 kilometers. Okay, so it looks like 100 meters is equal to 1/10 of a kilometer, 0.1 kilometers. Okay, now let's do one in the opposite direction. Okay, let's go for, let's see, 100 meters into centimeters. Okay, we'll abbreviate it there because I didn't write it out. All right, so we start the same way. 100 meters over 1 equals, no, not equals. Daggum it. I'm good at this. Times. Now we had meters on the bottom before. Do the same thing here. And we had centimeters. Centimeters. I'll write it out this time because I remembered this time. All right, now we have to remember how many meters are in a centimeter, or the opposite way around. There are two ways of looking at this. What you can do is you can look over at your table over here. There are 10 to the negative 2 meters for every centimeter. So what you could do is you could write it like this. You go 0.01 meters for every 1 centimeter. Okay, that's one way you could do it. Another way you could write this is you could say how many centimeters are in 1 meter. Well, we said before that for every 1 meter, there are 100 centimeters. Okay? So, it doesn't matter which one you do. This is the second one. We'll just go with this because we are already here. Okay? And that equals 100 meters times 100 over 1 centimeters over meters. So that will be 100. You can cancel right here if you like. Times 100 centimeters equals 100 times 100 is 10,000 centimeters. And 10,000 centimeters equals 100 meters. Okay, so there's our answer for that one. There's our answer for the last one there. Okay, so there you go for that. Now, if you have to go from, let's say, centimeters to millimeters, you can just use the same idea, just 2 steps. Go towards meters and then go to millimeters. Or if you know the relationship between centimeters and millimeters, you can just convert between the two. Okay, so those are the basics.